As expected, Mercedes have brought an update for this weekend's opening Formula 1 race of the 2023 season at the Bahrain Grand Prix. And as I'd predicted would be the case, the update that they've brought for this weekend is a brand new lower downforce configuration of rear wing, with the team hoping this will remedy the straight line issues they had throughout all 3 days of pre-season testing, where they were pretty much at the very lower end of the speed traps. And naturally they want to get a lot nearer to the top with the likes of where Ferrari and Red Bull are, as those are their main competitors. Now, how are they going to evaluate this rear wing for the weekend? Well, of course, in FP1 they're going to do back-to-back comparisons on both cars. So I believe Hamilton will be running the brand new rear wing, while George Russell will be using the higher downforce package that they used throughout all 3 days of pre-season testing. So, of course, at the end of FP1, they will be evaluating both Hamilton and George Russell's configuration of rear wing and how it impacts the overall car handling and performance. And then naturally, they will both converge upon which one is more suitable for the Bahrain track. They will, of course, be hoping that the updated rear wing that they've just brought for this weekend will be the one they will in fact be running. But you never know what's going to be the case when you turn up to a track and, you have the variables such as track conditions, the wind, tyre temps and what kind of working window they're in, and having a lower downforce configuration of rear wing may not be beneficial to them after they've run through FP1 and figured the data out. So naturally, with any rear wing configuration you have, be it low, medium or high downforce, there's going to be a trade-off between top speed and that of cornering speed. Now, for this weekend, what are Mercedes trying to get out of this brand new rear wing that they've brought? Well, of course, first of all, they want to get the trade-off correct between having good cornering speed and, of course, straight line speed, because the Bahrain International Circuit is a circuit where you need both of these things at play. Have too much of one, you're going to be slow upon the straights, for example. And if you have too skinny a rear wing, you're naturally going to be slow in the corners. And of course, the whole point of this upgrade is to bring a balance between both ways. They want this nice kind of perfect, easy, medium position where they've got enough downforce to go through corners at the same speeds that they were taking throughout testing, while of course improving upon their straight line deficit to the rest of the grid. Now, what do I personally think is going to end up happening once we've run FP1 and FP2 with this new rear wing? Well, I would presume that the team, they've got enough data gathered to be able to make a, competent evaluation and choose the right setup. But I believe personally, they will be going with a medium downforce rear wing within certain parameters. So say, for example, the trade-off isn't too big. They will most definitely go for that medium downforce rear wing because it's going to give them an advantage on the straights. And that is something they really do need because, as you've seen, they're going to get swallowed up on that straight. Even with a shorter DRS zone on the back straight, that of course is going to help the team, but still they do need to bring more straight line to the car. But this is something they knew was going to be the case when they turned up at testing. They knew they were going to be behind on the speed traps and they were prepared for it and prepared for bringing a brand new rear wing. Because I believe it was Andrew Shovelin, he was on Ted's notebook or roundup of testing, and they were going through the, changes from the W13 to W14, and he mentioned they knew they were going to be going in with a high downforce rear wing for all 3 days, and this is kind of the baseline they wanted to use to get all the data from. Right guys, so that is the end of the video. I hope you've all enjoyed it. If you have, leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and anything you wish to say or have a comment on, leave down below. Right guys, I'll catch you all tomorrow after the first practice session and second practice sessions. See you then.